Hi everybody from TechnoLost and welcome to the video focus dedicated on the Metro UI interface on Windows 8 on the, of course, Samsung ATIV SmartPC, which is a kind of tablet with Windows 8 32-bit version. First of all, I would like to thank our friend at Global World Mobile for the smart PC we have for this dedicated focus. Well, let's start with the first things you will see in the Windows 8 tablet. Here we have the lock screen. In the lock screen we have nothing but the date, we have day, we have the hour and minutes, and we have, of course, the latest calendar event, next calendar event that you will have. Then we have the signal bar and the battery indicator. To unlock the screen, you just have to perform a small swipe up direction, and here we have the Metro UI interface. The Metro UI interface was introduced with Windows 7 and updated with Windows 8, because in Windows 7 we have just the mobile phone interface. With Windows 8 we have both mobile phone and tablet interface. So the first things you will see are the live tiles. These are nothing but these small squares where you can have sometimes live info or what the of the app which is related to the live tile. For instance, having mail, the mail live tiles, you can have info on the latest unread emails that you have in your account, for instance. Or in the calendar live tiles, you have the latest event, the next event, in your calendar account. Well, the first things you can do with the Metro UI interface is just to perform a pinch in zoom like this, and you will have all the tiles group that you created in your home. You have the possibility to name a tiles group, just performing a small move up or down like this. The groups get selected, and you can then change like this the name of the group of light tiles. Moreover, if you want, you can of course move a whole group in another position, just performing this swipe in the up direction until you disconnect the group from the rest of the others group. Then you can move it wherever you want, like this, for instance. Well, beside from moving a group, renaming it, you can even, of course, move or change the size of a single live tile. In the same way, you can do it for the whole group. Just perform a small movement like this, and you can choose whether to remove from the start menu, which is the home, nothing but the home, disinstall the live tiles, or better, not only the live tiles but the related app of the live tiles. You can change the size like this, to get it smaller, for instance, or bigger, and you can of course disable the live tiles itself, so you will just have the tile and no more the live info inside the tile. So this is for what concerns a single tile, but maybe you will ask, where are all the apps I have inside the tablet? Well, a good gesture that you can use, and you will use of course in the Windows 8 Metro UI, is this small gesture from down to up or up down like this, small one, which is the same has the same result that you would have just pressing the right button of the mouse on Windows 8 too, of course. So depending on the app or the place where you just perform this gesture, you will have different result. In this case, if you just perform this gesture on the home menu, you get the button to reach all the app installed inside your tablet. And we have this kind of different visualization between the apps for the Metro UI and the apps for the desktop mode. So all the apps of the desktop mode are grouped by the nothing but the folders where they are installed into. Well, this is for the all apps installed inside the tablet. We have here, this is a physical button for the home menu, so we'll just have to press it and we get back to the start. Well, we saw the right, the equivalent for the right button mouse. Then we will see some other gesture like the what Microsoft called the charm bar, which is this gesture from right to left, like this. You get several information with the charm bar. Of course, you get the signal bar, the battery bar. You will notice that there's no percentage or any other information for what concerns the battery icon. Then we have, of course, date, a day, month, and day or month. And we have here some other stuff like search, which is contextualized depending on where you're performing the search. For instance, if we were inside the store app and we would just select search, we would have the store app selected, so the search would be performed inside the store itself. But as you can see, whenever we want, we can choose another app, so this is not a problem, of course. Then we have this is the sharing button, which of course depends on the app we are into. Then we have nothing but this is the start button, which just brings us to the start menu. Then we have this is the devices button, which just let us choose some other action or on the device actually connected to our tablet. Of course, now I don't have anything connected, so there's nothing to choose. And we have the settings. This is very interesting because the settings is like these this right button mouse gesture. So the settings depends on the apps where you call the settings button. I mean, here on the start menu, if we call for the settings, we have this signal here with the airplane mode. We have a mobile broadband. We can of course choose whether to activate the 3G connectivity. I've got a micro SIM inside, sorry. And we have of course all the Wi-Fi connection. But we have even the volume here. We have the screen brightness and the auto relation settings too. We have the notify settings, which let us hide the notification for 8 hours, 3 hours, or just 1 hour. Then we have here the shutdown, suspend, and restart the system. And we have of course the keyboard settings with the language and whether to activate or not the virtual keyboard. We have here many other settings dealing with the start menu and the Metro UI in particular, like the wallpaper, like the apps that will just add info inside the lock screen, like we have the users. We have the notification with all the apps that can just add notification. We have search with all the apps where we can just perform a search into. Then we have the sharing, so all the apps enabled for sharing. We have of course general settings, which deals with the locale for the time, or we have for instance something dealing with the virtual keyboard, like the suggestion during typing the keyboard and so on, of course. And we have privacy settings with the possibility to choose whether or not apps can reach your position. And we have all the devices that this tablet saw while it was on. We have the wireless settings, the same that you saw in the other menu. We have accessibility. We have the possibility to synchronize these settings with your live Microsoft account. We have home group, which is some kind of group that we can create, inviting people in order to share talks, music, pictures, video, and so on. And we have, of course, the setting for what concerns Windows updates. So this is what are all the info regarding the Charm bar. Now let's just see some let's say useful app of the Metro UI. The first of all is the Internet Explorer 10, of course. This is the Metro UI version of Internet Explorer, and we have some very nice stuff, like for instance the possibility to choose the tab like this. You just have to perform a small swipe from up to down or from down to up like this, and we can, for instance, open another tab with the most frequently used bookmarks down here, or we can, for instance, here open a new private tab, or we can close all the tabs. Down here we have the nav bar, we have the back button, we have the reload button, we have the pin button which let us pin this page to the start menu, creating nothing but a new tile, or we just can, for instance, add a new bookmark. Then we have the setting, which is nothing but the search inside the page, or to visualize the desktop version of Internet Explorer. Then we have, for instance, if we choose a link, we have this nice gesture to come back to the previous page. You just have to perform a swipe from left to right like this, and you get back to the previous page. What is interesting is that you just get a kind of a screenshot of the previous page. Just let me show you. The page, when you get back, it's not reload. It's just something like a screenshot. Sorry, this is not what I wanted to show you. Like this. So as you see, the page instead is reloading. So this is for what concerns Windows Internet Explorer. Now just a small info on how to close any apps. You just have to perform a swipe completely across the screen like this from up to down, and you close completely the app. But we can just let app open and perform some kind of multitasking. The gesture to recall all the open apps, like pressing Alt and Tab on the normal Windows keyboard, is performed with a small swipe from left to right like this. Here we go through all the open app inside our tablet. Moreover, if we want, we can just perform this small swipe here from left, right, then immediately left back, and we get all the opened apps here, with the possibility, of course, to choose the start menu. So multitasking, we have two different possibilities, which is the Alt Tab like this, or we have the small swipe, and we have the preview of all the opened apps. It's something like, let's say, the Android multitasking view. Here, while choosing an app, we can of course then close it like this. So we will now close everything left open. Here we go. So we saw Internet Explorer. Now we shall see email. We have a very, let me tell you, a very silly limit here. We cannot have more than 3 pushed email accounts. If you have more than 3 email accounts, starting from the first app on, you will just have pull notification on the accounts. with the minimal settings of 15 minutes per account. This is a very strange limit, and I mean, this is really, let me tell you, silly for a device nowadays. Anyway, this is the interface for the email client of the Metro UI. You have here the possibility to choose a different account like this, and of course inside the account you can just perform the right click gesture to have, for instance, synchronized, add to the start menu, move, or mark as unread, or you can reply, or you can delete, or you just can write a new email like this one, which is really interesting that we have nice formatting for the text. For instance, here we go, let me show you. We can choose, here we go, where to save the draft or add an attachment, performing copy paste, choose character, the bold, italic and underlined, the color of the text, insert an emoticon, and what has to add a point length, number length, or you know, to stop everything and just delete the, without even saving the draft, like this. Okay, and we can, for just, for instance, an email like this, we can with the right click, as I told you, move, mark to unread, add to start, or synchronize, but we can even choose several email altogether with this old small gesture here. Here we go. As you see, I selected more than one email, then we have the same things like add to start, move, or mark as unread, because these were read emails. If they were unread emails, you can just have mark read. Then this is for what concern email. Let's close it, and then we have maps, for instance. So this is, for those of you used to Android, this is quite different, because we have here some stuff like your position. I mean, we have using the right click gesture. We have the possibility to show live traffic, to change the style of a map from normal view to aerial mode view. Of course, we don't have here street view, but using the aerial view mode, as you can see, when we switch from the very high to a closer view, we get some kind of angle view. And we can, of course, even change the side like this, so we can see the maps from a different angle like this. I mean, of course, this is not properly live view, but anyway, this is a very nice addition for the aerial mode, of course. Then, so this is the aerial view. Then what else we have here? We have, for instance, the possibility to choose the some kind of navigation. I mean, it's not properly navigation, because you can choose the place where you want to go, like this, and the maps will calculate the right direction and the streets and the road you have to take, but you won't have nothing but this. I mean, you will have any voice, any real navigation software like for instance the Google Maps in Android, or the recent maps inside iOS. So these are just the indication and nothing more. So this is the map apps. Now let's see the this is the oops, oh wow, I don't have the word now. It comes to my mind. Bookmark. This is not bookmark. Just bear with me. I don't have the word right now. Anyway, this is what you can have with this. All your contacts are together, and of course you can even add several accounts. So you have, for instance, here the Gmail. You have Twitter. You have what else? You have Facebook if you want. And if you just configure Twitter, for instance, here you have all the latest updates from your TweetPal. I mean, it's quite nice having some kind of phone book. Sorry, now I have the word. some kind of this kind of phone book with the integration of Twitter and Facebook too. But of course, this is not properly like a real Twitter client, because you don't have the management of the bookmarks, or for instance, or the management of the direct messages and so on. Moreover, if like me you just have a page on Facebook, so you don't have a real account, you won't be able to configure it on your phone book, because you always get an error while trying to configure just a page account. If you have a full Facebook account, you won't have problem in adding your contacts to the phone book. Well, what else? Let's talk about the calendar. Here we have the usual several view, like week or day, like this. But we don't have any kind of agenda view. Moreover, and this is really strange, while adding a new event inside your calendar, if you have a Gmail account, there's no problem in inviting someone to your event like this. But what is really incredible, if you have an Exchange account, as you can see, there's no way to invite anyone to your event. I mean, this is crazy, because Microsoft is the owner of the Exchange protocol and all the Exchange stuff, so it's incredible that you cannot invite anyone to an Exchange event in your calendar. This is very it's like a harakiri for the business of this Windows 8 Metro UI. Really is crazy. Anyway, this is the calendar. Now let's see the messages here. This one can just be used together with MSN or Facebook account, as you can see from here. Just can add a Facebook account together with my first email, which is for MSN. So I hope that the idea is good, but I hope that Microsoft would just enhance it, giving the possibility to add many more accounts like Gtalk and so on. Then for what concerns the multimedia, let's just start, for instance, the music. Every time you saw here, this is a new notification. This is really interesting and reminds me that I have to talk to you about the notification issue. I mean, you just saw the notification, which is quite nice, and it's really nice if you have a lifestyle like email and you have an email notification, because you get here now the mail you just received on the previous notification, you get the preview here. But just imagine that you will receive a notification for an app that has no live tiles, or that even if it has live tiles, you didn't add it to your start menu. What does it happen? Well, it happens nothing but that you will receive the notification, and if you miss it, for instance, your tablet is turned off or you're not viewing it at the moment, you don't have any other possibility to see and to understand that you get a new notification for that app. This is a big issue for me, because we don't have, just to be clear, we don't have any notification center. So there's no place like, for instance, that we have in iOS or we have in Android, that you can have all your notification grouped together, at least the one that you didn't see yet. So the Microsoft engineering team just told us that they are developing this new feature for the next version of the Windows 8. This is good stuff, because I think that Windows 8 really needs it. Well, we were talking about the music app. As you can see, both music and video app, when you start them, just bring you inside the music store, with Xbox Music Store and Xbox Video Store for Microsoft. If you just perform a small swipe from left to right, you get directly into your music or your video, like this. And you have, of course, all the classical grouping, album, artists, songs, playlists, and so on. What is really strange, in my opinion, is if you just start to reproduce a song like I did now, and you get out of your music app, that's no way with, for instance, the right click gesture to have the quick music panel. So you just have to change the volume like this, up or down, to have the quick panel for the music control, like this. This is really a pity. I guess maybe Microsoft should have left the quick panel for the music aside in another different window. For instance, just here with the gesture of right click, we could have here the control for the music. Anyway, this is just my opinion. Then we have the video app here. Of course, like I told you, we have the same of music. You have the store here, then you perform a small swipe and you have all your video. We can even just select a single video like this with a small gesture, and we can delete or reproduce the video. So the last things I want to show you is the camera, which is quite simple interface, because we don't have any button to take a shot. We just have to touch the screen and we have this shot taken. But we have maybe so few settings that we cannot even choose the flash settings. As you can see, we don't have anything for the flash. So the flash is nothing but automatic mode, and this is really silly for me. So for what concern the dedicated focus on the Windows 8 Metro UI, that's all. Once more, thanks for watching and bye from TechnoLost.